Ladies and gentlemen, a warm welcome to Hailey Cowan up against Ailin Perez. Hailey, this is your full UFC debut, right? How big of an occasion is this? You smashed it. You did the job on the Contender Series, and that was huge. And now you're in the big show. Does it feel like everything in your career has kind of led up to this?
It does. This has always been the goal. This is just the first of many goals that I've got. So, yeah, I feel like everything's falling into place, and I'm excited to be here and trying to soak in all the moments.
What's the mindset when you go into this one? Is it just get that W no matter what, or do you want to showcase your personality and who you are in the octagon?
No, I just want to win. I want to be a winner. At the end of the day, that's how we get. That's how we get our paychecks. Is we go and we win a fight, and then if not, we lose half of our money. Plus, losing sucks. So yeah, I'm not. I want to go in there, and obviously, I don't want to be boring. I don't think I have it in me to be boring. I'm too impatient, so I'm sure it'll be fun. But yeah, I plan on doing whatever I can to get the W. Path of least resistance.
And when it came to names and opponents, I'm sure you were imagining all sorts of different people. And Ailin Perez was that name. She lost her UFC debut against Stephanie Egger, rear naked choke in the second round. Did you watch that fight? What are you taking away from that? And how confident are you here?
I did watch that fight, and I actually thought kind of the whole time I thought they were going to match me up with her. We had the same record. She lost her debut, so she was still new to the UFC. So I kind of had an idea it was going to be her. So when they mentioned her, I was like, heck yeah, let's do it. After watching that fight, she's super aggressive, and I'm going to try to take advantage of that and use that to my advantage as her aggression. And so I feel pretty confident. I know I can't make any mistakes, and I know I've got my hands full, but if I stay sharp and implement the game plan, it should be a good night for me.
Your last finish and your last fight in Invicta was a rear naked choke. Is that good odds for that being how this ends here?
It could be. I knew I was going to finish that fight with a rear naked choke just because of holes that I saw in that opponent's game plan. This one I'm hoping for a TKO finish, but I'll take a rear naked choke if it's there. If it's just screaming at me, I'm not gonna not take it. But yeah, I'm thinking this one will probably be some sort of TKO finish, but I'll take what I can get.
What's your strongest characteristic in there, do you think? Both kind of as a character and as a fighter?
I think my strength is for sure my strength, my physical strength. I'm physically very strong, and so anytime I'm in close quarters and I can grab someone, I like to do that, even though I'm rangy. So I probably use the range a little bit, and then once I can close the distance safely, I'll go ahead and do that and start really utilizing my strength and throwing some elbows and some knees and going for takedowns if they're there. But I'm not really gonna force any of that. I'm just kind of see what openings I have and take them.
Did you used to be an acrobat?
I was a gymnast from the time I was 5 all the way through up to college, and then in college I was on the acrobatics and tumbling team at Baylor University. I was a 2-time All-American, so I was pretty good at that one. That was a fun sport.
Wow, that's so cool. Wait, so you could like do a backflip off the octagon if you felt like it.
If I wanted to, but I'd rather not get hurt doing something silly. I want to turn around and fight as soon as I can. So
Fair enough. Given that you've got to the UFC, I mean, you might be in your prime now. Would you say that's fair? Are you kind of in a hurry to achieve your goals here? And what are your goals in the sport?
I always say I'm here for a good time. I'm in the UFC for a good time, not for a long time. I want to get there fast. I want to make sure I'm prepared and get to the top, you know, and I want to make sure I retire when I'm ready. I don't want to be one of those girls who should have retired years ago and never did. I want to have a good career, a good solid career, and then move on. But I'm loving it right now. I'm not seeing an end in sight anytime soon. I do feel like I'm in my prime. I take care of my body really well. So as long as I can keep, recovering well, taking care of my body well, who knows how long I can be, feeling good.
Are you coming to be a champion here, or what's your goals? What's your ambitions?
That's the goal. I don't ever do anything, halfway. I want to be the best in the world. And I'm going to do everything I can, tomorrow or on Saturday to make sure that I'm putting myself on the right path to do that.
Were you an MMA fan growing up? Was there anyone you looked to and thought they're the gold standard in this sport?
Yeah, I was a huge MMA fan. I loved GSP. He did a lot of gymnastics for his training too. So was just drawn to him at a pretty young age. And yeah, he's kind of what got me into it. He's kind of what got me interested. But yeah, I mean, his who he is as a person was really, really, really cool to me because I'm one of those people, you get a lot of fighters who they don't want to be role models, but I do want to be a role model. I want to be someone that kids can look up to and parents can be comfortable with their kids looking up to. So So yeah, I take a lot of what he did, and I'm trying to mimic him as much as I can. He did a pretty good job too. So
In terms of women, who out there do you think is just doing everything right now in your eyes?
Valentina, she's doing great. You know, she doesn't cause any problems. She goes in, she gets the job done, she leaves, goes, trains, comes back and does it again. I would say she's doing it the right way. Obviously, Amanda Nunes, can't say she's doing it wrong either. So, you know, we're all different. We're all going to have our different, you know, methods and ways to do things. So, but I would say Valentina's she's on to something.
I know Juliana managed to take the belt
Oh yeah.
briefly there, but is it fair to say that Amanda looks kind of no one's going to take that belt off her in the top 10 in the near future, or do you see someone causing a surprise?
I don't know, you know, MMA in general, but women's MMA specifically is so weird sometimes. You never know what's going to happen. And I know Amanda's family just grew. She's got a baby now, and sometimes that takes focus. So, you know, focus away. So it really just depends on what version of Amanda is fighting. I think she's pretty stinking solid. And she's kind of already fought everybody. I mean, there's a few that haven't fought her yet. I just don't know. Irene Aldana would be interesting to me. That would be interesting, but I don't know. It just depends on, you know, how much focus is she losing with her new baby, you know, her wife retired, what's on her mind. It all depends on that.
I often ask this to fighters, like, is there anyone in this division? We've got kind of legends like Misha Tate, Holly Holm. Is there anyone in there who you would just love to fight almost out of respect before they retire?
Holly, for sure. I mean, everyone's been comparing me to Holly since I was an amateur. So I would love that. I mean, she's a phenomenal person, incredible fighter. It would be a lot of fun. You know, at this point in my career, I'm not ready to fight her, but I absolutely would, just like you said, just the out of respect and just the opportunity to fight somebody like that.
I don't know if he's there with you. It's your head coach is your partner, right? What is that like in MMA to have such high stakes? Or maybe it's more on his side because he has to, you know, you just go in there and focus, right? But what's that like dating your head coach?
Well, we actually got married after my fight.
Congratulations.
Yeah, thank you. It's great. We both love MMA and we like to talk about it. So it's not one of those things where it's like, all right, leave the gym and don't talk about it. You know, don't talk about what happened. We love talking about it. I'm always in a pretty good mood about training. Even on bad days, I can kind of, you know, frame it to where I got good things out of it. So it's pretty easy for us. We haven't had any issues yet. I don't think we will. We're both pretty good at reading each other and reading the room, and you know.
So I always like to finish with a quick fire about the fighters' UFC colleagues. It'd be interesting to keep it to the female fighters in this instance. So, who is the hardest hitter, pound for pound, in the UFC?
Amanda Nunes.
Best wrestler.
Best wrestler, Tatiana Suarez.
Who's the funniest?
The funniest. Who is the funniest? Girl? Is she? Oh, Amanda Ribas. Hilarious. Yes.
She's awesome. Who's the most annoying?
Oh, man. Probably me. I'm just kidding. I don't know. Who is annoying? Honestly, maybe the girl I'm about to fight. I hate to say that, but she's a little obnoxious. She might be the sweetest person in the world, though. I don't know her, so I hate to say that. Sorry. She's annoying me right.
Who's the best looking?
Best looking. Honestly, there's so many pretty fighters. Maybe, I don't know. It's a good question, too. Haven't thought about that. Let me think and let's come back to it.
Best dressed, most stylish.
Best dressed and most stylish.
Or just best dressed.
Best dressed. Well, we all wear the same stuff. Let's I don't even know. Geez, that's a hard one too. Jake, who's best dressed?
Maybe the guys stand out with their suits and everything more. I don't know.
Yeah. Go with the guys and let's I don't even know the guys. I guess I don't pay attention to any of that. Who dresses up? We'll go with Izzy. I'm sure he'd love that. And prettiest, we'll go with Montana. We'll go with Montana De La Rosa. She's beautiful, and she's my friend.
Who would you most like to go for dinner with?
To dinner with? Current women? Probably Probably Rose Namajunas. I really, really like her. I got to spend some time with her recently. She's a cool person. I'd like to go to dinner with her.
Who has the highest fight IQ?
Ooh, highest fight. Valentina.
Who would you most like by your side in a street fight?
Ooh, in a street fight, Amanda Nunes.
Good call. Who is the most interesting female fighter?
Probably Valentina. She's a very interesting person.
And how
She's
about the most interesting male fighter?
The most interesting male fighter, Henry Cejudo.
Why do you say Henry?
Because he's an interesting dude, man. He is. I never know what he's gonna say or what he's actually thinking versus what he says. So
that's a cool answer. And finally, oh yeah, who has the coolest tattoos?
Oh, the coolest tattoos. The most memorable tattoo currently in the UFC right now has got to be Santos Thiago. I always know his tattoos, and I can't name anyone. Yeah, I can't name anyone else's, but I can name his. So let's go with him.
I think he's departed for the PFL, but that is an iconic tattoo.
Oh, you're right. But can I pick him?
You can go. You can pick him. And finally, who would be your dream fight in any weight class, past or present?
In any weight class? Oh, Ronda Rousey. I think that's everybody. Just for the opportunity, you know, not because of any. I don't like Ronda, not because of that, just because of what an opportunity.
And I assume you'd be avoiding an early armbar.
I would try. I would do my best.
Awesome. It's so good to speak to you, Hailey. It's been a pleasure. Good luck, and hopefully catch you again in the future.
Thank you.
Cheers. Watch the live coverage of UFC Fight Night, Krylov versus Spann on Sony Sports 10.2, Sony Sports 10.3 for Hindi, and Sony Sports 10.4 for Tamil and Telugu on the 26th of February at 5:30 a.m. in the Indian time zone.